So welcome to another episode of Track Bear. In this episode, I'm going to share with you the things I learned from my first race event or karting race event in the wet. So we got the full race experience at the Wollongong Nationals round 6. It started off as a disaster, but we managed to salvage as much as we could during the day and got a semi-decent result at the end. So here are my top 5 tips that I've learnt from karting in the wet. So number 1, forget about the normal dry racing line. It doesn't mean shit in this situation. You need to avoid the puddles that will be forming around the track during the sessions like the plague. As soon as your tires, especially if you're running slicks, which we were, hit a puddle, then you can kiss your grip goodbye. So generating heat in your tires is a crucial part of racing in the wet. So find a new racing line and stick to the driest part of the track. So the second thing is your tire pressures. Even in these small little kart tires, they can still be affected by the cooler wet conditions, especially if you can't build enough temperature in there because you're going off the track or you're just stuck in pit lane like this person. So the good thing about racing at a place like Wollongong Karts is that a lot of the older experienced drivers are very, very helpful, and they're more than happy to share their knowledge from their racing experience just to help you be more competitive during the day. Because I had no idea of how to set up the kart, I had no idea of how to, race in the wet, but they sort of helped me guide me through the day, and which was very, very helpful. So after changing the tire pressures down to around 16 to 15 psi, we managed to get our form and become much more competitive until we got caught up in a pile-on in one of the first corners. Felt good, but actually didn't do a lap. Last corner, there was just a bunch of traffic, 3 people spun out, the whole track was blocked. Tried to sneak up on the inside on the grass, but just didn't have enough throttle and just got stuck myself. So not much I can really do, to be honest. Hopefully I get an actual session and don't stop or don't spin out or don't get caught up in other people's mistakes, hopefully. So the third tip is turning in earlier than usual. This was another tip that was given from one of the more experienced guys. I found that in the really wet sessions, every time I'd turn in at my usual point, I just understeer like crazy and then freak out and just head off into the grass. Even at slower speeds, I just still end up understeering and I just couldn't get around the corner efficiently at all. So I was told to turn in earlier, hold that understeer, and as the front tires heat up, they'll grip and let me turn in. It's hard to get used to because you sort of feel like you're going to miss the apex, but if you time it right, you'll grip in the right spot to get the most out of that corner entry. So the final tip I have for you is be super smooth on and off the accelerator, the brake. It's common knowledge in racing, but it's even more important with when you're talking about karts in the wet. So if you get on the gas too fast, you end up Tokyo drifting, which is cool for the camera, but not so much for racing. And if you get on the brake too hard, well, I'll let you see for yourself. So I was trying to brake deep at the end of the straight, and all of a sudden my kart just stalled. And I ended up spinning around like I was in Mario Kart and just flew into the kitty litter. So those are my tips if you're looking at trying out karting in the wet. So don't be put off by the first sign of rain. It is difficult, but rewarding if you push through. And also the track will change, and the track did dry later on in the afternoon, which allowed us to be much more competitive and sort of race how I normally like to race. So we had a dreadful practice and got into some accidents during qualifying, but ended up pushing 4th at the final race, just missing the podium finish, unfortunately. If you're interested, we'll be posting the GoPro footage from the full final race, I think later next week. So keep your eye out for that, and also keep an eye out later this year. We'll be doing the Formula Fords at Sydney Motorsport Park. And also thank you to Wollongong Karts for holding an awesome event. If you're looking to try it out, then definitely give it a go. Try the Arrive and Drive kart package they have. It's super awesome for someone like me who, you know, doesn't have a kart, doesn't have space for a kart, or doesn't know how to run a kart. I can just go there, drive, race, and not have to worry about anything. So definitely recommend it. Don't forget to support the channel by subscribing or liking the videos, or check out the merch store at bearbros.store. I think we have stickers left in there. If not, I'll make sure I have enough there for you. So yeah, thank you for watching, and until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.